today. It is my privilege this evening to stand before you to recognize our students for their academic success. The 8th grade ceremony is very special to us as we begin to honor our 8th grade students with their longest standing tradition here at CMS. We are excited to recognize an outstanding group of academic students. At this time, I ask that you now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The amphora was a container used in ancient times to hold wine, oil, or water. Crestview's amphora placed on the table next to me is believed to be over 2,000 years old. Mr. E. William Lands, Crestview's first principal, was responsible for purchasing our amphora over 40 years ago, and it has become a symbol at Crestview for the quest for success and excellence. The sharing of this quest will be symbolized as students walk up here today and place a coin next to it. We look forward to celebrating each of the students today. At this time, please join me in welcoming our building principal, Dr. Jansen, to say a few words.
Thank you. Truly it is my pleasure to stand before you all this evening. I am truly honored to be able to serve our Crestview community. It's a remarkable place for our students and our staff to learn and grow. Each day I'm lucky enough to witness something that makes me more and more proud to be part of the school family. Our students at Crestview have exhibited leadership, musical talent, theatrical skills, athletic ability, and high academic performance. This year as a district we have worked hard to make sure every student has a trusting and caring adult that looks out for them. I asked our staff to be champions for our kids. And at the beginning of the year our staff selected students to form each of our mentor groups. And these diverse groups is what makes Crestview such an amazing place for our students. During that time and throughout the school year, our students work towards achieving our vision of serving, learning, and leading. Our students look for ways to give back to their community. They've supported our Got Your Backpack program and other things like our holiday outreach. Our students show their leadership skills in the classroom. They lead their peers in web activities, National Junior Honor Society, daily leadership roles, and even peer tutoring. And our students are definitely learning too. Our students have been recognized in spelling competitions, math and science competitions, robotics, and much more. Our Crestview students are achieving at high levels, and it is witnessed today as we honor all these students that are sitting here today. So please join me in congratulating all of our wonderful students.
Thank you, Dr. Jansen. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our Teacher of the Year, Ms. Becky Eaton, to say a few words.
Hi, how's everybody tonight? I'm so glad I get to go before you guys because I know you three are going to show me up so bad. Good evening. It's so great to see all of you. You all look so nice and are such a great representation of CMS. It truly is an honor to be standing in front of all of you this evening. You are all the definition of hard work and perseverance. By being here tonight, this is proof that all that hard work pays off. You aren't here tonight solely because you're a great leader or because you're kind to those around you. You're here tonight because along with all those things, you push yourself to be the best you can be academically. You put in the extra work to earn the grades you want. You go to study sessions, you ask questions in class, you spend time outside of school studying, you put in the work, and now you're reaping the rewards. What you may not realize is, along with pushing yourselves to be the best you can be, you're also pushing and inspiring all of those around you. I know I speak for all of your teachers here, and the ones that you've had in the previous years, when I say that you push us to be the best teachers that we can for you. You make us want to make the learning challenging and fun. I've now sat through roughly 15 or so amphora ceremonies in all my years here at Crestview, and whether we realize it or not, there's a lot of symbolism present in this ceremony. some that's already been mentioned and some that has not. As I was writing this speech, I thought a lot about that symbolism. In just a bit, you're going to be walking across the stage and putting a penny in or around that amphora. That penny, it symbolizes around, don't go in it, you might get in trouble, just next to it's good. That penny symbolizes that piece of you that you're going to leave at Crestview when you leave here in just a few short months. It symbolizes the things that you've already done here and the things that you still have left to do here. It's your mark on Crestview, so to speak. And the pin, or the piece of the pin that you're going to pick up from that table over there, that represents the part of Crestview that you're going to take with you when you leave. It'll always be there and will always be here for you. My hope is that you never, ever forget the years that you spent here at Crestview. Who knows? Maybe you're going to be sitting in a college class years from now and you'll solve a math problem the way that your teacher here taught you how to. And maybe it'll put a smile on your face thinking about that crazy old Mrs. Eaton. I hope you guys enjoy the remainder of your 8th grade year here at CMS and that each of you continue to do amazing things. I wish you the best of luck the rest of 8th grade, high school, and all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Eaton. It's obvious why you are our Teacher of the Year. We appreciate all of your dedication to the school and all that you do to help us be successful at CMS. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the 8th grade orchestra under the direction of Miss Eve Flowers. Introduce our Amphora student speakers.
I'm not being awkward, I'm just going to give everybody a minute to kind of get their seats. Orchestra, what a great job. Let's hear it one more time for the orchestra. Congratulations on being here. All right, good evening. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Students, congratulations. I am so proud of all the hard work and sacrifices that you have made in order to be here tonight. This is our last Amphora together. Also, this is probably the last time that I will publicly address you. That brings mixed emotions for me, because I have a lot of things that I want to say to you, but tonight I'm going to keep it to just 3 ideas. The first one is that I would encourage you to always be thoughtful and critical thinking young adults. In today's world of quick and easy access to information, it's important to look at the events or even what's said with an open mind, but also to question it. Part of the price of maturity is to look at scenarios fully before making rash decisions. It's really easy to get caught up in groupthink. It's easy to side with friends, but please remember to always take courage and consider things fully before you draw conclusions. Secondly, although we are individuals, we are interdependent. You need other people in order to be successful. You will always need to learn how to get along with people, and I would advise you to always forgive quickly if you are wronged, and just as quickly to seek forgiveness if you wrong someone, even if it's accidentally. Finally, I just want to tell you one more thing about the uncertainty of futures. Everything is going to be okay. Don't fall into a trap of feeling like you need to be under pressure to be perfect all the time. Always try your best, but let go of that pressure and don't rehash unsuccessful events. It won't ever help. Learn from the past, but also learn to let it go when you need to. You are young adults, and the road ahead is not always going to be a straight, paved, easy one to travel. There will be occasional bumps, and even a fender bender or 2 here or there. Do your best, don't get caught up in distractions, and bring along others for the ride. Your futures are all really, really bright. I know that you're going to do great things. And I can't wait to see where the road takes each and every one of you. At this time, I'd like to welcome our student speakers, Ishan, Carter, and Audrey, who are going to be leading our student addresses. Again, guys, congratulations. I'm really proud of you, and I will miss you next year.
$3,654. You're probably wondering why I'm throwing out a random number. Well, that number, 3,654, is the number of hours we spend in our 3 years at middle school. An easier way to look at it is, we spend about 69% of our waking hours in school. Yes, I did the math. That's definitely a long enough time for school to be a major influencer in shaping each one of us. I can safely say that none of us are the same person we were when we started 6th grade. We have all changed, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And when asked to talk about what has made the most impact on me at Crestview, I realized it's a variety of things. It's the teachers, the curriculum, and the students, which together comprise the culture of Crestview. The culture within these 4 walls has had the biggest impact on me. It shaped me into who I am today, and I would like to share how it has done that. Let's start with the teachers. One of the biggest changes in middle school was having 8 different teachers over the course of a year. I thought I would get names mixed up, rooms mixed up, forget homework, and basically be a mess. Although I learned quickly that I had it easy. Teachers had to remember up to 200 names, as well as keep that many kids on task, grade that many assignments, and create lesson plans that are flexible for that many students. And on top of that, they made it look easy. If you are thinking the words role model, you are right. My teachers have been role models to me throughout these years. They have shown me that I can achieve more, but have also kept me grounded on understanding that I'm human and that mistakes are a big part of that achievement. Now, moving on to curriculum. I have had the opportunity to learn many different things in classes I've taken. They range from sewing my own backpack and facts, participating in a debate about GMOs, singing and dancing in the school musical, yes, I danced, pitching a business idea to investors, listening to Spanish kids talk about dinosaurs and football. As you can see, it's a long and diverse list. But it has given me the chance to enjoy new things, take new risks, try new things, and figure out what I enjoy doing and not doing. The last piece of culture, the students. We have a huge student body, over 1,200 kids. It's intimidating, coming from being the biggest in a much smaller elementary school to being the smallest in a much, much bigger middle school. I know we all felt the same apprehensions, that's a Princeton vocab word by the way, and because of them, we had an immediate bond. I'm not saying I was close friends with the 400 plus kids in my grade, but I feel we have all been on the same journey these last 3 years. We work together on class projects, we're part of study groups, form teams in PE, we're part of the chaos around Clarkson and Clayton on early dismissal days, and shouted at each other in the school cafeteria during lunch. We have been a support system to each other that would have been hard to manage without. I have been fortunate to have Crestview be one of the major influencers in my life for the last 3 years. Whether it's my teachers, the curriculum, or my friends. They have been with me on this journey, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I look forward to high school and feel prepared to move on, knowing that I'm coming from a rock-solid culture and a rock-solid foundation. Thank you.
From the timid 6th grader I was, walking through the doors of my new school, eyes wide with fear, to the confident, goal-oriented 8th grader that I see myself as today, I know I have changed, more than I ever thought possible. Through this constant chaos we call middle school, I found myself needing a sense of stability and something to turn to for immediate guidance. When I was lost in these times of change, there was something I knew would always keep me on track. 3 fateful words that led to the success of my middle school career: serving, learning, and leading. The 3 words all have different meanings to me, each bringing on a new set of goals and opportunities. The first word, serving, taught me that my actions need to extend beyond the classroom. Seeing this word lights the fire in me to help others in a way I would want to be helped, and is the first step to learn or to lead. I became inspired to find ways, big and small, to make a difference or make people's lives just a little bit easier. The word, meaning to help, to be of use, or to be convenient, makes me want to do just that. I've been provided with easy access to serving, like getting involved in NJHS or being offered opportunities to help a fellow classmate or teacher. This guide has lit the path for many of my successes here at Crestview Middle School. Another significant word, learning, was an essential part of my CMS experience. I didn't have to actually pass my classes after all, and I couldn't have done it without learning. But besides memorizing countless equations or historical facts, I take away a whole lot more from the word learning. To me, learning is the ability to take in every experience and using it to better your future self. While learning in the classroom is just as important, I found learning outside of it makes us who we are. In middle school, we learn who our friends are, we learn what our values are, and we learn who we want to become. We start shaping ourselves to best prepare us for our future, and in this process, it's important that we learn from every mistake, as well as every success. In middle school, I had to learn what learning meant. A confusing and tough life lesson, but through every headache, bad grade, exam, or hard class, I just had to keep on learning. Last, but certainly not least, leading. I am a big believer in leading by example, and this word has inspired me to do so. Every single one of my actions should be one that I want to see others make, and this mindset has constantly guided my choices. I look up to so many people and often base my decisions off of them, so I hope to someday be that mentor for someone else. The right influence can go a long way and have a huge impact on someone's life, and I strive to be that influence. My goals to lead have pushed me through middle school and made me the student I am now, standing here before all of you. I remember being a 6th grader, watching my big 8th grade sister stand on that gym stage and read her Amphora speech, and I remember thinking, I want to be like her someday. In my attempts to be the student that she was, I've tried to lead along the way and follow the expectations of the word that has shaped me as a person and as a student. Seeing those 3 bold words around my school, serving, learning, and leading, have had the most significant impact on me both as a student and as a person. Whoever decided to make those 3 words a motto here at Crestview Middle School deserves a huge thanks, as I don't know how I would have gotten through the years without them. They allowed me to keep my goals in front of me and never lose sight of my future. While the words have a different meaning to each individual, I hope they have an everlasting effect on each one of you. Although it is sad to think that my time here at Crestview fades away with each new day, I know the lessons and the morals that the school has taught me never will. I am thankful for every opportunity I have been given here at Crestview, and I will forever remember to serve, to learn, and to lead.
As middle schoolers, our lives can get pretty hectic. We have more classes than ever, 1,300 peers to see every single day, and ever-expanding lives outside of school to keep track of as well. Especially in 8th grade, things have picked up, and quite quickly. We now have high school in the future to think about, along with increased homework and class rigor preparing us for next year. Very little remains constant. In this vein, if there's one thing that does remain constant, it's the fact that everything is changing. And there's that word, the focal point of this speech, change. Ironically, it's the most constant thing in our lives. Referring to humans, it's the basic truth that no one person will stay exactly the same, ever. Even between days and weeks. But especially over 3 whole years at the school, we've all done a lot of changing. So when asked what affected us most at Crestview, I saw the clear answer, change. The ability for us to do so, the influences from the developing world around us, and the constant requirement of us to adapt. As I'm sure we all know, things change pretty quickly in middle school. But middle school itself passes by too, really quickly. It seems like only yesterday that we were entering these halls as 6th graders. Coming out from our respective elementary schools, we were filled with hope and wonder at this huge school around us. But it doesn't seem so huge now, does it? We've all changed there, drastically. We've expanded our horizons practically 6-fold in the last 3 years, meeting new people, learning new knowledge and skills, and making new memories. Your elementary school probably seems really small now, and that's simply because you've outgrown it. We all have. It's a nostalgic thought to face, but it's the truth. A lot of the change in our lives takes the form of growth. And no, I'm not talking about height, though we all have gotten taller. I'm talking about mental growth. We've acquired so much new knowledge over the past 3 years. We've made inseparable friendships, experienced challenges that we hopefully overcame, and prepared ourselves to enter the world of high school. Just to ask your parents anytime. You are not the same person as you were 3 years ago. Let's talk about some actual change in action here. Me. When I first came to this school, I was an introverted, nervous kid, anxious about the huge world of middle school. Coming from elementary, I wasn't that good at organization, social contact, or public speaking, ironically. But within 6th grade, I had to change. The motivation to organize came from having 8 different classes with 8 different homework schedules, and an at the time daunting block schedule. That was definitely a learning curve for me, and I believe for everyone. But that's what school is about, right? Learning. And with social contact, to put it nicely, I was introverted. I still am, actually, but definitely less so. Coming to a school with 1,300 other students, you can't really stay antisocial for too long, unfortunately for me. You find your group, you make friends, and you're all the better for it. After 3 years of this, I feel so much better talking to others, and doing so doesn't seem so imposing anymore. And looking at public speaking, well, I'm here in front of you now, aren't I? Speaking publicly. Much improved, I hope. All of that only skims the surface of the change that I and all of you 8th graders out there have undergone. We've all improved so much. The honor of this ceremony is proof of that. There's another trait about me that I didn't mention earlier. Those of you who know me quite well probably are aware of it. I'm pretty stubborn. I don't really like change, accepting new ideas, that kind of thing. But in these 3 years, it was inevitable. CMS changed me just as much as it changed all of you. The teachers, the experiences, the environment, it all made us into better people. Let's think back for a second. I'd like everyone, especially my fellow students, to take a step back and pick out a memory or feeling from each year of middle school. Maybe you have 6th grade camp, and in 7th, the infamous mental map. But in 8th, there's a feeling. Moving on. Moving forward. We aren't kids anymore. We are young adults, preparing to enter the world of high school, and college, and then into society. This year, middle school, was a time of development, of growth, and of course, of change. It all happened here at CMS. So, thank you. Thank you to all the teachers, friends, and to the school itself. You've changed every single one of us, and we're all grateful forever. Thank you.
Time to recognize all of our 8th grade Amphora students. We ask that you hold your applause until the very end of our recognition.
Thomas Abbott. Aubrey Adams. Abigail Iperstock. Annie Alcorn. Mia Altamirano. Reagan Baker. Drew Bonsall. Max Bartlett. Audrey Bast. Hannah Bell. Aditya Bhargava. Sarah Bolt. Greer Brandt. Parker Brandt. Kinsey Brazier. Ben Bergerman. Andrew Buckley. Arushi Butte. Evan Canis. Rebecca Carner. Madeline Carpenter. Nicholas Case. Brian Castro Hernandez. Adeline Chen. Miles Cockrum. Maxwell Cohen. Elizabeth Cooper. Kira Coverdell. Kylie Coverdell. Natalie Cox. Carter Creech. Clarice Cross. Kyle Dean. Rachel DeCampi. Lily Deshpande. Rohan Devraj. Yana Dragnev. Anna Duncan. Amoya Ehimuri. Lauren Imbleton. Brig Ernstrom. William Everson. Tyrese Fisher. Lindsay George. Donvi Getu. Ryan Jordanella. Carter Gleason. Olivia Glenn. Lily Gates. Oliver Griffin. Aditya Gunturu. Dia Gupta. Michael Gutierrez. Marissa Hale. Faith Halter. Jessica Hance. Ishan Honda. Emma Hassler.
Gabriella Hydorn. Ariana Holt. Jack Holubowski. Stella Huffines. Krishna Janyavula. Kylie Jenkins. Tanner Jesperson. Austin Johnson. Raquel Jones. Ankit Kalathil. Chloe Kane. Devin Keating. Jackson Kenny. Umber Karawala. Nicholas Kilo. Addison Klaus. Susanna Kaki. Cecilia Cray. Gavin Lang. Iva Listaria. Elizabeth Lawless. Lindsay Lee. Nicholas Lee. Samuel Lee. Tabitha Lee. Razel Leshin. Molly Levine. Kaylee Laurie. Thomas Lowther. Nathaniel Mathis. Carson Maloney. Caitlin Malloy. Will Malsh. Shashank Mani. Joseph Marchand. Sushant Morella. Lauren Marin. Maya Martinez. Aaron Mathis. Rachel Melton. Claire Montgomery. Colin Moon. Aiden Moran. Riley Maroney. Luke Mueller. Taryn Muntean. Ryan Murphy. Alexander Muscle. Blake Nelson. Samuel Noker. Allie Oglander. Abigail Ohms. Katie Orr. Gabrielle Pagel. Alexandra Parks. Ashvi Patel. Arya Patry. Maya Patry. Hannah Peterson. Grace Peterson. Milo Phillips. Taylor Phillips.
Gabriella Powitsky. Nurea Rajendran. Arush Rajoli. Adriano Robbins. David Rogers. Ronnie Rosenbluth. Sophia Russell. Kayla Santucci. Audrey Savakul. Ashley Schaller. Jackson Schatz. Avery Shiner. Margot Schneider. Catherine Schuerman. Zoe Schultz. Frankie Schumann. Aaron Schweitzer. Callie Sheen. Devin Shelton. Hannah Shockley. Caitlin Siegel, Shrew Singh, Preston Smith, Pranav Sriraman, Hayden St. John, Jordan Steinhagen, Samuel Stremelau, Rebecca Strong, Cassie Sun, Pranav Sundararajan, Gavin Sutherland, Akila Swarna, Sahidi Tata Kamala, Annika Talia, Audrey Tang, Maya Tegman, Grace Texera, Rhea Thomas, Spencer Thompson, Ashley Thurmer, Richard Tenter, Natalie Vichet, Shri Veritharaj, Celeste Venus, Anna Volk, Parthiv Valetti, Siddharth Vaskamala, Samuel Wakapa, Lily Wallace, Catherine Waltz, Paige Weber, Michael Weindell, Madeline Welch, Jordan Wiggy, Peyton Woolley, Aaron Woody, Isabella Risper, Rashida Yanumula, Jai A. Zhang, Eloise Joe.
As we close our program, the staff at Crestview would like to thank the parents and families of our children for the positive examples you have set for your children. I would like to especially thank our teachers for the extra efforts they have put into their daily planning and classroom instruction to ensure that all of our students are successful. And lastly, we would like to thank our students for their work and for the positive example they have set for their peers. We ask that the parents and guests remain seated while the students proceed out of the gym. A reception will be held in the cafeteria for the students and their families, and all are invited. The cafeteria is located in the main building next to the entrance. Thank you again for attending and have a great rest of your day.